Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video that I am filming after my vacation. I feel like I forgot how to do this, but we're gonna play with this one today. This is the Delicious Delights by Cosmic Brushes. This is the new palette that's launching tomorrow on Friday. So I'm gonna be playing with this one. We're gonna do some swatches and I'm super excited to be diving into this one. If you haven't been here before, you might not know that Cosmic Brushes is an indie brand that's based out of the UK. This palette is the same price as I think their other palettes, which is 25 British pounds. They do ship worldwide, but of course, since they're in the UK, if you're ordering from the UK to the US, shipping might be a little higher. That's just the way it is sometimes. Shipping is wild, let me tell you, I know all about it. And yeah, this is the first video that I'm actually filming after I got back from my vacation. I feel like I forgot how to do this, and also my nails have been through the ringer. I came back, I'm filming this on Thursday morning, and I came back on Wednesday midnight. We came back, my bag did not. So that was the perfect cherry on top ending of a somewhat chaotic vacation. They don't know where my bag is. Hopefully I'll get it back. At least I tried to be positive. I was devastated last night, but I woke up this morning and I was like, well, at least I don't have to unpack. I'm trying to stay positive here, but this was the first thing that I dove into. This was the first package I opened. I actually have quite a lot of packages to go into, but this one was the first I opened because this one launches tomorrow and because I love Cosmic Brushes. I did mention a Cosmic Brushes palette as my favorite palette of 2022. What year is this? I feel like I forgot how to do this. I also worry about me editing this because I feel like I am not sure if I remember how to do that. As you can see, my palette, one shade is missing. It came crumble and I like blew on it to get rid of the crumbles and the whole shadow fell out. So maybe that was the cherry on top of a somewhat chaotic last night, because I did that last night. And after I did that, I literally closed the palette, I put it away and I was like, I'm going to bed. This is it. I'm going to bed, but I'm gonna show you some swatches of this. But just imagine this palette also having, or maybe I'll be able to squeeze that because there's a little purple in this pan. Maybe I'll use that purple to try and do a swatch for you. So if the purple looks a little weird, just try to imagine the color of it and not so much like the actual swatch of this. I have fairly high expectations of this palette, and even though my dark purple is missing, I still think that this one is going to be an absolutely amazing palette because I love the Cosmic Brushes quality. I do have the other three palettes that the brand has come out with, and I feel like they said that this was going to be like a complementary. It's almost like a pastel, somewhat rainbow. I feel like the outside is somewhat representing the inside, but they threw in the mints as well and then a yellow. I think this color story is really pretty. It reminds me, what does it remind me of? Almost, the pop of the orange and the yellow almost gives me Glamlight Barbie vibes, but this one is not the same color story up here, so maybe I'm off on that one, but I am super excited. There is also a topper shade here. I think there is like two duochromes, and then there is a multichrome. I don't think you can see anything. You can see the green there and the red, right? Like we all see the multichrome going on, and hopefully you saw some in the swatches as well. And I do have a code with Cosmic Brushes. My code is Angelica and you will get 10% off when you're ordering on the website. And like I said, this is a fairly affordable brand and you do get a multi-chrome in this palette, but you can still get 10% off with using that code. I will leave everything down in the description box. I don't know when this video is going up, but my goal is that I'm having it up today, Thursday. And since I am doing that, and since I'm filming this on Thursday and I'm also filming a new makeup releases because I want to have that up for tomorrow, I am only going to do one look, but I'm going to try and incorporate a bunch of these shadows. I don't have the dark purple to play with, but I'm thinking blue, mint, pink. I need to think. Did that rhyme? Did I just rhyme? Okay, so I think I have decided to do, hear me out. I'm gonna do purple, mint, blue. I really want to use the Zesty as well, which is this like almost lime green, but I think we're doing, okay, I think that's what we're doing. Oh my god, I still have some purple here, you see, after the whole thing. So I'm gonna start with these two shadows in the outer corner, and I'm actually gonna start with the lightest one. Something is itching here in my mustache. This is Milkshake. And I'm using an EO3. By the way, I did close my shop while I was in Europe. because I didn't want to have anyone like waiting for me to ship orders while I was on vacation. So I decided to close the shop for 2 weeks. But the shop is open again, so Cinch Beauty is open. My makeup brushes, the ones you're seeing here, it's back open again in case you were looking when we were like closed now. Oh, and I'm sorry, I'm having the sound on my phone because I'm still waiting for the airline to hopefully find my bag. We'll see. I think I'm gonna do the EO2 for the Jelly Bean, which is the darker shadow. And I don't think this is gonna be a super dark look. I think it's gonna be more of a like a colorful look. I think I'm gonna do this one, Lollipop. You see it has a little bit of the purple in it, and I'm gonna do Minty. I think I'm gonna do those two, and I'm using an EO4. And I'm using the Lollipop first, which is the darker of the mint, and I'm just putting a little bit here where they meet. Not 100% sure what kind of shimmers I want to be using. But I'm using this one here, and I'm gonna use the lighter one next to it. So this is the shade Minty. Oh, am I even in focus? I like that a lot. I don't bother too much with the lid because like I know I'm gonna put something shimmery on top. So I'm mostly focusing on the crease part. So do I want to do the EO1 and do the Fizzy, which is the mint shimmer? I'm gonna spray this. Oh, apparently I did not bring my MAC Fix Plus, so I can use that one. Good for me. And I'm gonna put that over the mint, but not all the way to the inner corner. Oh, that is a really intense shadow. But I think I kind of want to do, it's called Delicious. This one, I think it's an iridescent purple. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my brush and not spray it, and just see what happens if I use that on the edge. So that it goes from the mint into the purple. I think that is the result that I'm looking for. I kind of wish I had something even darker here. I mean, we can all see that that would have been nice, but my dark purple is, well, it was on the floor. Now it's in the trash, unfortunately. So I'll just use the EO5, which is a denser, smaller brush, and I'll just pack some more on, and that does bring a little more intensity to it. But I think that looks really good. So I'm gonna do some blue for the lower lash line. This is from Juvia's Place. This is in a Royal. So I'm gonna use this in my waterline, and I'm also gonna use this a little bit on my lower lash line because I want the blue to be super vibrant, and I've already powdered on here. And I will say blues are not the kind of color that usually works the best on a powdered base. At least not for the result that I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna smudge this a little bit with the brush. And then I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna be using these two colors, the Slushy and the Sweetie. So I'm gonna skip the turquoise and I'm gonna do these two. And I think I'm gonna do whipped cream, which I think is a matte white. I'm gonna do that in the inner corner. So let's start with Slushy. Again, this is just the first impressions. I can't give you any like final verdicts on this palette. But so far, I think it is working out. Oh, that is so, I mean, you can tell that that like covered up the blue underneath. So far, I'm really enjoying the quality, and it feels like Cosmic Brushes usually does. But again, it's just the first impression. I always come back and give you some final thoughts about products once I've been able to use them a little bit more behind the scenes. Let me just put the white in here, whipped cream. That's really impressive. I think that's gonna be it. I think that this looks really pretty. So everything's wrapped up. I have everything here on my eyes and I am really enjoying how this is looking. I would probably have wanted that dark purple here in the outer corner. That would probably, like, if I had the option, I probably would have added that. I also think that Cosmic Brushes makes amazing like dark mattes. I'm also very impressed with how these like pastels were on the eyes. They're super, super pretty. Really enjoying this color story. I think this is my favorite shade in the entire palette. Like this like almost summer sky mixed with some clouds. I'm being very poetic about this shade. I love a shade like that. I think it's beautiful. I'm also really looking forward to be using this one. I think it's such a cool shade. But yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying the palette. I'm super, super excited that Cosmic Brushes has released another palette. And I cannot wait to dig into even more of these shades. They look so, so pretty. And this one, the Sugar Plum, like the purple to blue, I love shades like that. So I'm super excited. Let me know if you are too. I will put the release time and everything down below. Just know that Cosmic Brushes has a tendency of selling out quickly. So if you really wanted to get this palette and you know you want to get this palette, I might say put an alarm up, but she also always restocks her palette. But it's just like a matter of like when you want it, basically. If you want it. Let me know if you don't want it as well. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Love reading your comments. And again, info is in the description box. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm happy to be back and I will see you again tomorrow for a new makeup releases. We have a lot of things to talk about.